Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. And before I get into the Bitcoin chart for today, I quickly want to mention my own website that I just launched, which is rt1m.com. Because if you have been following my videos about technical analysis for a while now, and you want to learn how to do this on your own, I actually created a full-on trading course where I teach you exactly what I look for in the charts and how I'm able to profit from doing this analysis every single day. Obviously, the course does not guarantee that you're going to make money, don't get me wrong. But if you are interested in learning about technical analysis and how to trade crypto, then you should go to rt1m.com and register for this course. You can watch all the course content completely for free, so go check that out. So far, since I launched it 2 hours ago, over 50 people have registered for this already. So I'm very excited to hear more from you guys about what you think about this trading course. And now let's get into the Bitcoin chart for today, because right here on this 4-hour time frame, you can see that Bitcoin is currently dumping to the downside after I confirmed this warning signal in the Bitcoin charts in my recent videos, because this, in the case that you don't know, is a bearish divergence. And typically with a bearish divergence, you get a break from all of the bullish momentum to the upside. More likely what you will see is either some choppy sideways price action or potentially some bearish momentum in the short term. And currently we are seeing some of that bearish momentum. Now, besides this bearish divergence, what else could have warned about this? Well, again, it is the descending channel that I've been talking about for months at this point, because we got rejected perfectly from the top of this descending channel. So again, the descending channel that I've been talking about for ages here comes in clutch to give us these warning signals. Now, another thing that I talked about in yesterday's video was actually this upward sloping line of support, saying that if we lose this as a level of support, likely we would be falling into this next level of support below it. And currently you can see that Bitcoin is testing this level of support as we speak, which is sitting from 66K all the way down to 65,000 US dollars for the Bitcoin price. Now, in the case that we fall through this level of support, the next big level of support below that is sitting from 62.4K all the way down to 60,000 US dollars. Although, let me be clear, there are some levels of support in between the current price, or actually this level of support, and this next level of support below it. So let me show you that real quick. Taking a look at the Fibonacci levels then on this 4-hour time frame, once again, right here you can see that we got rejected from the 0.786 Fibonacci level twice and are now seeing that rejection to the downside. So potentially we could be falling into this golden pocket right here, which is between the 0.65 level and the 0.618 Fibonacci level, sitting between 65.5K and 64.8K. Now, in terms of the momentum in the market here, let's say that we actually fall into this golden pocket, then you need to pay attention to what happens around this price level, because if we get a bounce out of here, potentially this could indicate that we are getting more bullish momentum after that. However, usually if you fall below the golden pocket, this is quite a bearish signal. And that is exactly why I am paying attention to this golden pocket in the case that we actually go this low. Now, taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, first of all, on this 1 week time frame, recently we took out a lot of liquidity to the upside. We took out about $600 million worth of short positions that got liquidated here. However, after that, we got a move to the downside and are potentially ready to touch into this big level of liquidity, sitting a little bit above 65.6K. Now, in terms of the liquidity below that on this 1 week time frame, it is actually sitting all the way down at 63,000 US dollars. Although for me personally, I am not really considering this yet unless we actually lose a bunch of levels of support that I was just talking about. Like, for example, losing this Fibonacci golden pocket, then yes, taking out that liquidity becomes much more likely. And besides that, if we, for example, lose this big level of support as well, then that is also a potential signal that we are coming down to actually grab this liquidity at 63K. So that is something that I'm paying attention to as well. But as always, it is important to understand the difference between the different time frames here, because right here we are obviously looking at the 4-hour time frame. And of course, recently when I confirmed this bearish divergence here, I flipped a little more bearish, saying that the bullish momentum is weakening and more likely we see some sideways price action or potentially some bearish momentum. But again, this is on the 4-hour time frame, because if you just zoom out to the 3-month liquidation heat map for Bitcoin, you can see that most of the liquidity is in fact to the upside, sitting all the way up at 72.3K. So long term, I do think we are at some point going to take out this level of liquidity, but at least in the immediate short term here, this is looking more like a bearish signal than a bullish signal. So that is again why it is important to understand the difference between the different time frames. Now, one thing that is interesting here is actually the Bitcoin ETF flow tables for today, because yesterday we saw a net inflow of $484 million. So that is really crazy, with most of that actually coming from the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. Although I do think with this massive buying pressure that eventually this is going to push the Bitcoin price higher. But I think that already when I check back in with this in tomorrow's video, that we are going to get a much smaller print, possibly even already a net outflow. So that is why I'm going to check back in with this tomorrow, because if we see these Bitcoin ETFs flip bearish, then this could also have bearish consequences for the Bitcoin price. But for now, it is a little bit too early to actually conclude that. So therefore, if you want to stay up to date with the crypto markets, then make sure to subscribe to my channel with notifications on. And again, if you want to learn how to do technical analysis in the way that I do it, which has been helping me make money with leverage trading during this bull run, then again, go to rt1m.com and register here. All you need to do is register with your first name and email address. You will have access to the complete course and all the content in there completely for free. Thank you for watching this video once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.